Coming to you from the mountain fortress of pop culture. You're listening to Time to Talk.
We don't do crack. We don't do that. Your crack is whack.
Welcome to the fortress of pop culture, where we relentlessly defend all that is good, pure and joyous about popular film, popular TV, popular music, and all the unpopular as well. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Tim, and let me tell you, I am a very happy man tonight.
You lit me up when baby you called me crazy for man. You saved me, now I'm one step closer to love.
Because every now and then, you're just minding your own business and then something just passes your radar and it fills you with joy. And tonight, it's that lady from the 1980s. She came up on my Facebook feed and she's released a new single and it's bloody awesome, I've got to say. Who am I talking about, Lee and Chad?
Debbie Gibson.
Deborah, if you're nasty.
The audience are screaming, who? Who's Debbie Gibson? Oh dear, sorry. Lee's sighing, he's enraged. Chad, come on, help us out.
She is an incredible singer, songwriter, piano playing goddess from the 80s, 90s, and if you follow her, you know she never stops. But she's incredible.
Craig McLachlan, he's a semi-well-known actor in Australia, and he's part of the Me Too movement caught up with Craig, and he's just been vindicated of everything. He played Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show for years and years and years and went around the world with it, very well known as that character. How does this have anything to do with Debbie Gibson? Well, he and Debbie Gibson were in Greece together on the West End, and I believe they travelled around beyond there as well.
I loved her in that too. I thought it was great.
So you knew about it. See, there's all these little Debbie Gibson facts that I'm just not aware of at all. I thought she did the 80s and went away and has come back with a single.
Oh,
it's
no.
not true.
No. You're not a Deb head, Tim. You're obviously not a Deb head.
No, you're not a Deb head.
Okay, so let's just get this straight. What's a Deb head?
That's a Debbie Gibson fan, baby.
Okay, so got Mariah's Lambs. Is that what they're
That's
called?
right. The Beehive.
The Beehives.
The Lovers, if you're a Kylie fan.
All the Lovers. And who's Gaga's got her Little Monsters.
Yeah.
And Debbie has her Deb heads. Hardly seems, up on the same level as the rest, does it? Go on, Lee. Tell us what Debbie Gibson means to you. I can hear it in your growls.
Oh, I love Debbie Gibson. She was like one of my first sort of like pop princess obsessions back in the day, with her fluffy hair and her poppy videos. Yeah, she was lovely. She was kind of like she wasn't Madonna, so she wasn't that kind of girl. But yeah, she writes all her own stuff. She produces it all. She can play a multitude of instruments. She's not just your kind of typical manufactured pop princess. And she's still got it now, and she's 50 odd, and she's still working it, as they say.
She's about to release a new album. And I've got to say, the beats off the little samples that you can get of some of the tracks are phenomenal. She's released single one, I didn't know, and I haven't heard. Full disclosure, haven't heard it. And do you both know what it is? It could have knocked me over when I read what it is. It's a duet with Joey McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm not overly keen on it.
You're talking about Lost in Your Eye?
Yeah.
In Your Eyes, the duet?
So,
yeah.
I'm assuming Lost in Your Eyes, this is the big one from back in the early career, right?
Right. And they did it they first did it together on the mixtape tour that she went on with New Kids on the Block. Wow. And it was a phenomenal hit moment of that show where they came together and they did the song together. And it was phenomenal to see in person. And then I think that there's some controversy because for this recorded version, they have done a different take on the song. Whereas in that show, it was more true to like her original song. And then for this version, they kind of mixed it up a little, which I think is pretty cool, actually.
Well, it's always brave to take a beloved song and mix it up. Is there a video clip for this? Because it's single number
There
one off the
is.
album. There
Yeah,
isn't.
there
Is there
is.
really? Oh
Yeah,
no!
they're in a
Oh.
studio looking at each
Why am I
other over a
cringing
piano.
already? Is it wrong of me?
The only thing that feels wrong to me is like saying anything bad about Debbie Gibson because she's such a sweet, incredible person. But no, it's great. And it has the aforementioned live performance version clips, of course, throughout the video. But I love Debbie Gibson so much too. And just growing up with her first couple albums and the sound of them with Fred Zarr from doing Electric Youth with her, and the production on that, and even on the first album, the stuff that was more freestyle kind of feel to it, which was like super dance and right in my favorite style of music. And so I have so many memories of just being a kid and dancing in my garage and like to Electric Youth and Fallen Angel and all those early songs. But so I couldn't be more excited that she's putting new stuff out.
And he, Mr. New Kids on the Block, Joey McIntyre, he's got a fairly successful career of his own beyond New Kids on the Block. Didn't he go into acting and he got a solo contract as well? I'm sure he's sold his own amount of records as well.
I think I don't really know. I am aware that he did.
I don't either.
I just love the silence.
I really don't know.
Okay, let me just, I'm going to reword what I said. Jerry McIntyre went on to have a career that not many people were aware of beyond New Kids on the Block. That would be a more accurate statement by the sound of it.
Yeah.
I think he went into the swing sort of genre. Pop. I don't know why. I feel like he put out a bit of a swing record at some point, which sounds like it's surprising you both, and I could be thinking of the wrong
We only
person.
know about the pop divas.
Oh, no.
She did a couple of years ago, I think it was 2019, she featured in their video for New Kids on the Block video for Boys in the Band, which
Yeah.
you have to listen to it. It's really good. She doesn't really sing. She just kind of like goes, "We love the boys in the band," like that, just over and over again.
Oh.
Have you guys heard her albums after like her pop career? Because this woman has had so many different lives. She had her pop career, then she had her theater career. And throughout the theater career, she did some independent albums, which are masterpieces. Like Think With Your Heart and Deborah. Those two albums are incredible albums.
Now, am I too obsessed when I say that the second single off this album, so we put Joey over there in the corner where he seems to live, and over here we've got One Step Closer, and I've listened to this tonight, and the production is sublime for a start. It's brilliant. It's just, but am I too obsessed with Kylie to say I can feel this is like a Kylie track, or have I just got her on the brain?
You're right. Yes.
I am.
I think you're off track.
Two different opinions.
Yeah.
Go on, prove me wrong.
Well, I don't hear it at all, but I'm not as big a Kylie fan as you, but I would doubt that her producers are like all into Kylie and taking from Kylie.
I think though that Debbie is a Kylie fan and they are friends in real life.
They are.
And I think I've read somewhere that she's actually said one of the tracks is kind of inspired by Kylie. I don't think it's this one. But when I watched the video, I was thinking, I'm getting dancing vibes from the video.
Hold on, Lee. One Step Closer has a video as well?
Yeah.
So I've only seen the clips from it so far. Have you seen the full thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm behind.
Oh, do you know, all the Debbie Gibson fans are going, boo, we should turn this off. These people don't know what they're talking about. But let me just clarify. We're here because we're excited that she's making a bit of a comeback. I want to read some of the tracks on this. Apparently one is dedicated to Kobe Bryant, who passed away in the helicopter crash. I've got that right, haven't I? That was that guy, wasn't it? Kobe Bryant. He was that basketball player?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's sports. I'm not confident.
Yeah, it is. It's him.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. So this is a fully fledged 15-track album that she's got. We've got One Step Closer is going to be track 1, and Lost in Your Eyes, the one that we've spoken about with Joey McIntyre, is there at 5. She's got another 13 tracks, and some of them sound like, you know how you get excited by the names of tracks, which is probably completely irrational, but we've got some amazing... it just feels like it might be 90s inspired or something. For Dance for You, for example, Dance and the number 4 and You, very Prince. Love You Too Much. So LUV, You Too Much. Sounds naff, but not if it's a nod to the 90s, you know, or Prince potentially too. There's a track on here called Red Carpet Ready, which I love the sound of. The Body Remembers, which I have a feeling is the one where they've released a little sample of without any vocals, but it is unbelievable just as a throwdown beat, I suppose. I'm really looking forward to hearing it if that's the one. And Love Don't Care. And Legendary. It sounds a bit like Madonna's Iconic. There's a really exciting track list here. And as you've both pointed out, she is the producer and writer of many of these tracks.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, no, I think what she said about this album is that she's creatively at kind of like a peak, and she wanted to produce an album that could make people dance, but also I think there are tracks on there that are kind of her traditional kind of ballad. So she's kind of like saying, if you want to go there to kind of like go and find the messages, it's there, but you don't have to. You can dance. But it's a bit of everything.
Very COVID inspired as well, apparently, Chad.
Yeah, and Tracy Young is working with her on this, and they worked together on her previous single that she put out. So I think they just continued working, for this as well, apparently.
So
Girls' Night Out was the previous one.
How old is old Debbie Gibson these days? Got to be in her 50s?
I think she's just turned 50 this year.
Okay, and how's she looking? I haven't seen her for forever, to be honest.
She's looking good. She's looking good. If she's had some work done, you can't tell. It's not obvious. It's not, cat face or duck face or whatever they say. So yeah, she's looking good.
She looks great in this new video. Just playing it as we're talking, but she really does, and she looks natural too. So she looks great, but she also looks natural, which is so great to see because we see the other all the time, I feel.
Yeah. I want the name of her surgeon if that is what she has had done. Oh, did you know I had an argument with a friend years ago where he said that she did a spread in Playboy magazine.
Oh.
And I was like, no.
Of course.
Debbie would never do that. Tiffany, yes. Yeah.
That's horrible, Lee.
But Debbie, no. And she did. So she went down, in my estimation, a little bit.
How far did she go?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. I couldn't bring myself.
I've got a copy of it. Because I was such a fan that I got one at the time.
You guys... I never do this. I really don't. I hate hitting Google in the middle of podcasts. But keep talking, Chad. I'm heading to Google.
Is she please don't say it's full frontal because I'll be very, very sad, Chad.
It's tastefully done. It really is.
What's wrong with full frontal?
It definitely
Hooley. These can't be all Debbie Gibson in front of me here. They can't possibly.
I looked at the Tiffany one, and Tiffany seemed to have had some sort of landscaping done down there. I'm sure there was some sort of like gold glitter on her nether regions, and I was like, yeah, Tiffany, yeah, you slut. Debbie, I would have expected more.
Well, I'm looking. One would think that the internet's been with us for many decades by now, and you would think that I would have known better than to type in Debbie Gibson naked photos and click on images, because I have no idea which one of these are fake. But I'm assuming she didn't ride a horse at any stage.
No.
So I can strike that one out.
Well, and Debbie and Tiffany have the same manager now, actually. So
wow.
You might see them doing more stuff together. But
They did a
Yeah.
film together, didn't they? A while ago.
They did.
A really cheesy. Was it something like Crocagator or
Yeah.
Shock?
Mega Croc verse whatever. Yep. There were a
Yes.
few because Debbie did one without Tiffany, and then they were in one
Yes.
together.
Yeah, and there's an iconic. They have a fight, don't they, in a marquee, and end up throwing each other over tables and things. It's brilliant.
They very much send up that whole feud that they were supposedly in, which they both say was just a bunch of, BS.
Yes, yeah.
Tiffany came to the Australian jungle and did I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. She was lovely. She really was. She was a really, really nice girl. She was a bit mad, but they all are celebrities. They have to be. The Body Remembers is the name of this 10th studio album we're talking about. It's going to be released on August 20 on 2021, and she's releasing it on her own little label called Stargirl Records. It's going to be her first studio release with original songs, at least since her 2001 album, which was called M.Y.O.B.
M.Y.O.B, mind your own business.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Do. Tim's like, no.
No. Tim thought that maybe she'd been in rehab since Electric Youth. I really did.
It's not on all the streaming stuff but it was, it was a great album. That was an independent one too that she put out.
Well, listen, guys, I'm really looking forward to diving down a Debbie Gibson rabbit hole tonight. I'm going to go and listen because if that single that I listened to is anything like the rest of the album, we're in for a corker. It reminds me a bit of Melanie C when she came back and she just delivered this amazing. It didn't get any recognition, by the way. It did barely anything on the charts, and it just sort of came and went. But some of the best work that she's ever released, and I feel like this might be the same with Debbie Gibson, although I hope it gets the attention it does deserve.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it, and I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite songs too is Shock Yo Mama from Body, Mind, Soul, 1993. Watch the video though. The video has to go with the song with the long pony. Yes, honey. Working it on top of the table with the mini skirt. Yes.
Yes,
and
everything.
The thigh-high boots. Yes.
Yeah. Forget Madonna. Forget Madonna's looks. Miss Gibson. She gives it us.
Yes.
Shock Yo Mama. Yes.